Now can you hear me? I took the mic off. I don't understand these mics. I took the mic off. So can you hear me now? I've got the volume. I've got it on, and I've got it up as high as it will go. So I don't know why there's no sound, because I've got it up as loud as it'll go. Is it still no sound? Let me check and see. I don't know. Okay, so somebody's got sound, so it's not on everybody. So you can hear me now? Okay. It must have been the mics. It must have been the mic I had on. Okay, I'll just start over. Welcome to my kitchen. Pinky Mouse Cakes, Cookies, and Candy. Otherwise, we also are known as Pinky Mouse Sisters in the kitchen, because it's usually my sister and I that cooks, except for on Mondays. We take turns on Mondays. So, and today, the reason that Linda is not with me is because she's having thunderstorms. And y'all know that she don't get out in the thunderstorms, because it's 54 miles apart from Linda and I. So her weather may be bad and mine not, or vice versa. But anyway, hers is bad this morning, so she's at home watching. So I'm hoping that y'all have sound now. Okay, you said you can hear me now. Okay, it had to be the mics. The mic I had on, but hopefully y'all can hear me well enough without the mic. I don't know what happened, but anyway, it's okay. We're still going to proceed, and thank y'all for letting me know that there was no sound. I don't normally look at the screen at the comments, but I got a text on my phone, so that was good. I hope y'all's weather is good today. Let me turn to somebody. This phone, I'm telling you, I love my phone, but I cannot say certain things, or it's going to ask me a question, like an emergency or something. Anyway, today I am making sweet and spicy baked beans. This is a new recipe for me. I usually make good baked beans, and my sister makes good baked beans. But this is a recipe I came across that's different than I've ever seen before. So I'm going to try it. So I'll let y'all know. I'll let y'all know if, thank you, Linda. I got it. Linda, you say you still don't have no sound? I don't have a mic on, Linda. I don't have a mic on. Can all of y'all hear me? Linda, I just got a text, and she said no sound. So Linda, I don't know if I just got a delay in your message or what, but Dee Dee, I see you say y'all got bad weather in your area. There is bad weather going around, and Susan, I see that you've got rain in your area, but hopefully that was a delayed message that I just got from Linda, because she said she didn't have no sound, but other people saying they do have a sound. So I'm going to go on, and hopefully that it's okay. Now get back to our sweet and spicy baked beans. Y'all know that I don't really care for something real spicy. Let me see if there's somebody. But I'm going to try this. So first of all, I am putting I'm using these Stubbs Spicy Barbecue. It's a good barbecue sauce. So this is what I'm using in this recipe, because it is spicy. I couldn't find, or I couldn't make up my mind which kind of barbecue sauce to use, because I did want it spicy, but this Stubbs barbecue sauce, there is a spicy in it, and this came from Walmart. I have my oven on 350. So I'm putting 1 cup of spicy barbecue. And I put all of this in a bowl, real simple. But it is made different from what I normally make, my baked beans. All right. I almost filled my half a cup of molasses too full, but this is molasses in a half a cup of molasses. I'm not, well, I guess I will. I was thinking I might not scrape it clean since it was really full, but I am, because I wouldn't be putting it back in the bottle anyway. So that's a half a cup of molasses. Get this out of the way. And I'm putting 2 tablespoons of prepared mustard. Which on my baked beans, I normally do put mustard, but that is 1 tablespoon. And then another one. I got another bottle of this, but I didn't want to open it till I finished this one. So I just put 2 tablespoons of this. I'm going to mix up all this before I add my beans. And this might not be something that y'all would want to do, some of the ingredients that I'm putting in here, but I like to change up. It's fixing to be 4th of July. This would be a good recipe to use that would be different. And I want to put about this is a half a teaspoon, but I'm putting about a half of that. So about a 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And then I'm putting a half a teaspoon of black pepper. And I'm going to stir this up a little bit. Get all that incorporated. Because once you put your beans in here, I don't want to just keep stirring the beans. I tasted this spicy barbecue sauce, and it is spicy. But it's okay. I can eat just a little bit, which I won't be able to eat a lot of it. But and this is something different. A 20-ounce can of crushed pineapple drained. A 20-ounce can. And I've been draining it right here. I got all the juice out of it. So now I'm going to put it in here. Except my pineapple juice, I'll use this pineapple juice in something else. Now I'm going to stir it up. And that's different, putting pineapple in baked beans, but you know what? It may be good. I wonder if any of y'all ever done that. I wonder if this is something new to y'all. Anyway, I'm going to bake this in a 9 by 13 inch pan. Now, I got Bush's baked beans, just the original can. I'm putting it all in here. That molasses will help thicken it up. That's 2 cans, 28-ounce cans of baked beans. And that's another thing I usually use. When I make beans, I use the regular pork and beans. But like I said, I'm trying something new. All right, now I'm going to stir this up again. It's going to be a full pan. Now, I'm going to put, I cooked my bacon this morning. It said 5 strips of bacon, cooked crispy, and what I done is I put it on a cookie sheet, a sheet pan, lined it with foil, and then baked it at 400. I made bacon in the oven Saturday. My grandson and his friend and Linda was going to something in Dallas, And so I made them a big breakfast, and I waited and waited and waited on that bacon to get cooked. It seemed like it took forever, so I think something's going wrong with my oven. Because this morning I put this bacon in there and forgot about it. It hadn't been in there long, but forgot about it, and yes, I cooked my bacon too long. But bacon is $18, $19 a pound, and I wasn't going to throw away that bacon. So now I'll put this bowl of them. That's a bowl full. So I've chopped some of it. I cooked it crispy, over crispy, and I'm going to use it. It's not going to ruin my beans, I don't think. So I just chop it up. Might add flavor to it. Linda might like it. She likes her bacon crispy. When we're in a restaurant and we order breakfast, Linda will send it back to the kitchen if it ain't crispy. And because she tells them when she orders, I want my bacon crispy. And if it comes back and it ain't really crispy, she sends it back. Because she won't eat it unless it's crispy. All right. Now this is actually 7 strips of bacon. 5 is what the recipe called for, but you can put as much bacon as you want in it. But I chopped these up. Now I'm going to put half of this in here. I'm not measuring it. I'm just going to put about half of it. Like I said, I'm not measuring it. And then then you put, instead of putting onions in it, you put these crispy fried onions. I buy it by the big package at Sam's. And it says, and 6-ounce can, or 8 ounces, yeah, 6 ounces. The recipe called for 6 ounces. You put half of that in here. So you're putting crispy fried onions and bacon, crispy bacon in here. All right, now I'm going to pour this. I'm going to you cook the baked beans for 45 minutes, and then you bring it out of the oven and put the rest of the bacon and the onions in it and bake it a few more minutes. For right now, I got a 9 by 13 inch pan. This is a lot of baked beans. So if you want to hack this recipe, you could. Get my bowl scraper, get it all out of here. Bowl scrapers are just the nicest thing that I think Pamper Chef come up with. Okay. Now I'm going to cover the pan and bake this for 45 minutes in the oven. I may not stay on air the whole 45 minutes, but I might. It just depends. It depends on what I get to talking about. I don't have no script. I just talk. So I'm putting it in the oven. And I'm going to put the timer for 45 minutes. Now let me wipe my counter off. And then I'll sit down and talk a little bit, and may jump back on after it gets done, and may not. It just depends on how long it takes me to do what I want to do. I'm gonna sit down. I've been having a little bit of dizzy spell here lately. If I can get this camera, because I'm not used to sitting at the table, but I'm gonna sit at the table this morning and see if I hope you can hear me, but I'm gonna sit down. I I've got, I don't know what it is, ear, I don't know if it's sinuses, which I think is sinuses or whatever, but I've been having a little bit of dizziness, so I thought I'd sit down a few minutes this morning and visit with y'all. I wish that I could see the comments. If I put it on another stand, I probably could have. Let me see if I can lower that where I can see it a little bit better. Like I said, I might be able to see the comments that way. And then again, I might not. I don't know. All right, maybe I can visit a little bit more. I'm excited for Linda, as she's been telling y'all. She's going to Ireland. I won't be going with her. This is her trip. This is something she's always wanted to do. So I know she will have a great time and bring and show y'all lots and lots of videos and take y'all on her journey. And I think that's very good. And I'll be cooking, just like we've always done, three days a week. And but what I was thinking about was, because this is something I've done just the other day. I made some little chicken pot pies. That camera is a little bit crooked, and I don't like that. So let me see if I can straighten it up a little bit. And I made I made chicken pot pies, but I made it in individual. I made it in the large muffin pans. They was large, and I made do them one day on video. But anyway, I made a chicken pot pie, and I made more filling than I had for the cups. So I had some filling left over, and it was good. The filling was delicious. Matter of fact, Chuck and Braden both eat some of it, but you know, I made a lot. So I had some left over, and then I said, now what can I do with that? Because when I was raising my family, you just did. I still don't waste food, but the groceries, I only had a certain amount for groceries, and I had to make that last to the next payday. And so I always made something out of whatever I had left over. Now, I know there's some dishes that you cannot, but on that filling, that chicken pot pie, what I done is I made me some broth out of my chicken base. I made me some broth, and then I took that chicken pot pie filling. It was chicken, and only thing I put in my chicken pot pies is onion, the English peas, and potatoes and carrots. That's all I put in my pot pie, plus the filling of course. And I put that in that broth and made me some soup. And you know what? That was the best soup. It was so good. But you know, I made something with what I had instead of cooking another meal. And and then when you're making tacos, when you're cooking hamburger meat and you're putting your spices on it, you can use that for several different things, you know, or either when you're cooking your meat, make up some extra and put it in Ziploc bags and you can put it in the freezer. And there's a lot of things that you can actually put in Ziploc bags and freeze it. And when you freeze it, get all the air out of it and then mash it flat so it will lay flat in your freezer. It won't be bulky, and it will also be easier to thaw out. But you can take that bag and then put it in some boiling water, and it will thaw out real quick, and then put it in your pan to cook or whatever. But anyway, there's lots of things you can do like that, especially with ground meat. You can warm it up by putting it in the Ziploc bag in some boiling water. But you can make out of taco meat, you can make taco salad, you can make, after you make tacos, you can make a Mexican dish. There's lots of things that if you cook enough of ground meat and divide it up into packages, and which I've always done that. It's just, a lot of times I don't tell y'all everything that I do and the way I do it. I think I just kind of take it for granted sometimes about some of the things that, ways to do things. and I'm trying to get out of that habit, but that's kind of me. I just kind of think, well, surely everybody knows that you do this or that, you know. But I've found out since we started doing these lives, matter of fact, next month, it'll be 3 years that since Linda and I have been doing these videos. And we've enjoyed it so much. We've gained so many friends. Matter of fact, I had a phone call this morning, and I don't answer it normally I do not answer it when I'm fixing to start a live video, but she called just a few minutes before we started, and I'll tell you the reason I answered it is because it said it was a Lufkin area. And I thought, now, surely one of my aunts wouldn't be calling this business phone. And sure enough, it wasn't. But it was one of our followers, one of our new followers from Lufkin. And she said, she began to talk to me and tell me, you know, that she was wanting to order some cookbook and some of our products. And I told her she'd go to the website, which our website is PinkyMallsKitchen.com. And that's where you order our products and get a little information about Linda and I. And she said, well, I just wanted to tell you that I went to school with the Mary Pinkston in Nacogdoches. And she said, it's because she lived in Lufkin now. And I said, well, that's me. I said, that's me. She said, no. She said, this Mary Pinkston lived in Nacogdoches. And I said, yes, that's me. I did. And so she went to school with me, but I didn't remember. I don't recall her. But anyway, I thought that was sweet of her calling and not realizing. She said, well, I didn't know I was going to get to talk to you. But anyway, she was real sweet, real kind, and she didn't talk long because I told her I was getting ready to go live. So hopefully she's watching the video, and that was sweet of you calling and getting to talk to you. Okay, and another thing you can do, pork chops. Which I usually do cook more pork chops than what I need. And so I take those pork chops and cut them up and do stir fry. Add some vegetables, some bell peppers and onions, and then put them on a tortilla and put my sour cream and cheese so there's just any kind of meat that you cook. Normally you can do different things with it. Now, last night I made a big meatloaf. I made meatloaf and with fresh potatoes, mashed potatoes, and gravy and green beans, and that's what we had for supper last night. And like I said, I made a large meatloaf. Well, today we're going to have meatloaf sandwiches. That's what we're going to have because it's a very good meatloaf. And I thought about coming on here and making that live, but I have done the very same recipe meatloaf on our live. So if you're interested in that meatloaf, you can go to our Pinky Malls Cakes, Cookies, and Candy, where you're watching this at now. And how you find our videos is underneath. There's a line that goes across the screen, and it says about videos, post, review, and all that. Click under videos, and when you click on the videos, it's going to bring up every one of our videos that we've done for 3 years. So you just scroll down, and you can find it that way. And I know the first few videos we done that we typed out the recipe and gave it to you. I don't know why so many of you could not find those recipes, but actually those videos that we did, that we typed out those recipes, and that was, like I said, that's been over 2 years ago. YouTube, they come up. So I don't know how. I don't understand technology, so I don't know. I told Linda we needed a manager to help us on this electronic stuff. But anyway, you know what? Linda and I both are in our 70s, and we just do the best we can. We've learned a lot. We've learned a lot on it. And of course, Carla, hi Carla, she's monitoring, and since she's been monitoring, people has found out that she will block you in a minute. If scammers gets on there and I don't know what she calls it. I think she calls it pretty boys or whatever. Somebody trying to befriend some of y'all. We don't want them this is not the place for that. You know, we want our ladies and men, whoever, we have all kinds of followers. And we want them all to feel comfortable and that you're not trying to pick up one of them. So Carla's real good about trying to block those people. And we appreciate that too, Carla. We sure do. And of course, little Linda, she's got her full-time job. And when I say full-time, she works 60, 80 hours a week. And she loves it, but she is very, very busy. She took off Friday. She did take off Friday, and she had a long weekend because she took Braden, her son, and her and Braden's friend from school. She took them to see something. I still can't tell you what it was they went. It was something about these dragons and Dungeons and Dragons or something. It was something that, it's people that goes all over the United States, and they do a meet and greet, and some of them dresses up like the characters and all that. And matter of fact, Braden and his friend, they dressed up somewhat. Braden had a vest, but I actually ordered him a vest. Now, my light went out. I have a light that's censored, and if you're not in the kitchen long, it'll go off. Let me see if I can flicker it back on so y'all can see. Okay, it came back on. I have my shades, my blinds closed here because there's a limb across my porch. Chuck's gonna have to get it off, and I just noticed it this morning. So I don't know. It happened sometime the next day, in the last day or two. Okay, what else could y'all do? I mean, one day, and Linda and I both have talked about this, about taking some leftovers that we have just cooked and making something else out of it. So we are going to do that one day, and show y'all how to add things with it to make it more. Pinto beans. When you make a pot of pinto beans, I don't know about y'all, but I always cook too much, which that's my character. You can dip them out and strain them and make refried beans. So there's just, you just kind of have to use your imagination and just add you some spices and make something else out of your leftovers. I had something else on my mind this morning, and I don't even remember the teacher's name. Linda probably does. It was, she was my, I think she was my history teacher or geography. I don't forgot what it was. She was my teacher, and I was scared to death of her. And we had to go in front of her and do a report. And I was so petrified until my mother, she called and talked to her, and it's right on the tip of my tongue, but I cannot say her name. She was a little bitty lady, but man, she had that high-pitched voice, and she would make you sit up straight in a minute. And I was scared to death of her. And we had a report coming due, so my mother called her and talked to her and told her how petrified I was to get up in front of the class. And so when I was at the ladies' conference this past March, there's one of my school classmates that I've known ever since school days was there, Anita. Hi, Anita. And she told me, she said, Mary, I will never forget. She said, I want to tell you what happened. And I didn't know this. She said that this teacher, on the day that we were going to get up in front of the class and talk, she said, she called me outside the room. And when she got out there, she said, Anita, she said, you're not in trouble. There's nothing wrong. And Anita said it scared her to death. So it wasn't just me. It was a lot of the kids that was afraid of her. And she said, you're not in trouble. And but what I'm doing is because Mary is so petrified of getting out in front of the class. She said, I did not want to call her out first, so I'm calling you out so she won't be so afraid when I call her out here. So Nita said that she took one on me that time. But anyway, that was sweet of her. I didn't know that, Anita. And so then she called me outside and told me there was nothing to be afraid of, that she did not bite and all that kind of stuff. But that was sweet. I never knew that. Anita never did. I don't know why Anita didn't tell me that during school days. And if she did, I forgot, but I don't think she did. But Anita didn't forget it because it scared her to death. But we just had a camp meeting at church, and it's at night, and I didn't get to go. I really hate that I missed that because, it's live on UPCI website, so I'm gonna go back and watch it. And I know I would have probably seen a lot of you followers if I'd have went, but I just can't travel that far at night. I probably could, but I just don't want to. And two, I've been a little dizzy lately, so I didn't want to chance it. And my kids wouldn't let me win anyway. Not drive. They all so protective. I've got some packages I got to go to the post office and mail today, and I told little Linda, I said, she asked me, was I going somewhere today? And I said, yes, I'm going to the post office and mail those gifts that I have promised people. And she said, well, get Chuck to do it. She said, I think you need to stay at home another day because I have been a little dizzy. It's sinus is what it is. It affects my ears, but it does make me dizzy. So anyway, I don't know. I talked to Linnell this morning, and she's having sinus problems too. And little Linda hadn't been feeling too well either. And now Braden's not feeling well, so there may be a little bug going around. So I don't know. My doctor's been texting me back and forth, about what to call in for me because I was just in there last week. So anyway, these little bugs don't usually last long, and then you feel better, and then I feel foolish that I've contacted the doctor when I'm better now. So anyway, but Linnell sounded like she had a stopped up nose and just sinuses, and she said Charles is just getting slower and slower. Bless his heart. Me and him both used to walk and run like crazy and didn't slow down. And life makes you slow down, just really makes you slow down. I don't have, I did. We had a wonderful service at church this weekend. There was something, and I forgot to write it down, that really touched my heart at the service this weekend, Sunday, but I forgot what it was. But we had a good service. We had good fellowship after service. We had just little sandwiches, just mostly for fellowship. We had a good time. And I enjoyed visiting with the church members, and we talked about what we was going to do on the 4th, and some of them I think some of them's going to come out here for just burgers. It's nothing big or nothing. But I don't know. I'm probably going to come back on in a few minutes whenever the beans get done. When the 45 minutes is cooking is over, I'm going to bring the beans out, and I'm going to put the fried onions and the bacon on top, and take the cover off and bake it for 10-15 minutes. So I think I will just go ahead, and then I'll talk to you a little bit more when I bring the beans out of the oven. That's my ice maker. I got me an ice maker, and I just love it. It's the little mini pieces, and it's nice just to get a scoop. And when the ice, some of it sometimes will melt, and then it'll just remake it, just recycles. So I like that about it. And I think Linda has one too. I think my girls got little. My girls bought my sister one. I think she enjoys hers too. Thank y'all so much, and don't forget to count your blessings. You can, there's a song that says, don't forget to count your blessings, name them one by one. That kind of, when I say don't forget to count your blessings, I think of that song, because if you really stop and think, and that you can find something to be thankful for. Just start counting them, and that will make you feel better. I was thinking about the other day, I had a little, I wasn't feeling that well, and I said, you know what, I'm pretty stubborn and hard-headed. I said, I'm going to get to feeling better. I'm not going to just lay around, which that's what my kids thinks I need to do. I'm going to get up and go outside and sit on the porch. And you know what? I was sitting out there, and I don't know what, I love birds. And my yard is full of birds, all kinds of birds. There's bluebird. I seen a blue jay. I seen a woodpecker. I seen red birds. I mean, this particular morning there was 2 red birds that just, whenever I had a thought that was a little bit sad, and then 2 red birds came and landed right on that wire, right close to the house. And it just picked me up, little things like that, because that's God's creatures, and it was just so fun to just sit there and watch them birds just flying around and chirping. You can hear them. And Braden said the other day, he said, them squirrels are just singing like everything. I mean, they were just chattering and chattering. I have rabbits running in my yard. I have squirrels. Used to, Einstein wouldn't let them around. My light went off again. Einstein would chase them out, but Einstein's getting too old. He can't chase them, so we got birds and squirrels and rabbits and everything running all around. And 2 nights last week, a skunk came around. Oh my goodness, he woke me and Linda both up. Oh, it was just, I told her, I said, I think that skunk was right outside my window. And she said, no, I think it was outside my window. And it was bad, but I did go back to sleep. But we have all kind of creatures running around here. And armadillos, we ain't had one lately, but there was a time or two that they tore my yard up until my son sat on the front porch. And he got rid of that armadillo. So it was at night, but he sat on the front porch until it showed its face, and he got rid of it because it just teared my yard up. Now, moles, I used to have moles really, really bad in the yard, but the cats got where they would catch them. But I don't have but 2, Chuck, actually, one of them's Nathan's. Nathan is my oldest grandson. I don't talk a lot about him, but it's because he lives with his dad and he works and he doesn't come around as much. I wish he would, but he's it's his life, his teenagers, and too, his dad has a lot of influence on him. And so anyway, the cats don't kill my moles anymore. I was out there at the flower bed and I found a mole hole. So the cats are not doing their job. Chuck says, I guess I'm going to have to let up on feeding them so much so they'll get out and hunt for them moles, because they did kill them for a long time. But they're tearing my flower bed up now. So anyway, I just, I guess I could just keep talking, but I don't want to just hold y'all in here too long. Let me check and see how long that likes. Let me see. I don't know what time I put it in the oven. Yeah, I like about 20 more minutes. So I'll let y'all go. Don't forget to jump back on so you can see what it looks like. It's baked beans, and I know y'all have seen baked beans before, but I'm just excited about tasting them and see how that pineapple and the works in there, because the molasses takes the place of brown sugar is what it does. But I'm anxious to see how it tastes. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all. Have a blessed day. I will get back on whenever. It'll probably be about 25 minutes. I'll be back on and show you what I do next, and then talk to you a few more minutes. Love y'all. Don't forget to count your blessings. Bye-bye.